Hi, I'm Juliet and my presentation is about water matters. That's the name of my blog and this is my URL address. I want you to know about why water matters matter and what we should all be doing about it. This presentation is for my digital design class and it's under the Pika Kuchu format of 20 slides for 20 seconds, although for my online presentation it will be slightly different. So why is water so important? Water is the most commonly found substance on Earth and it's present in many things including ourselves. Water is vital to our health and well-being. We use water all the time in our homes for drinking, cooking, washing and cleaning, and without it we can't live. We also use water for play and recreation. This is a shot of my two children playing in the water, which they love to do. We swim, fish, paddle, kayak, boat, surf and spend time contemplating and relaxing in and near water areas. It's an important part of our culture. To Maori, water is spiritual and has a life essence called Maori. Health of the water reflects the well-being of people and it's intimately linked with identity. Ecosystems also need dependent sources of water that are clean and healthy. Plants need it to grow and fish and invertebrates need healthy water habitats to survive and flourish. Introduced species can also threaten the health of a waterway, such as the invasion of didymo, which is prevalent in some rivers in Southland where I live. Industry, we also use water for industry, electricity, and to keep factories going and our economy running. As our economy grows, so does our use of water. Farming such as dairying and viticulture use lots of water. This is a shot of Clan Boys Dairy Factory in Canterbury, thanks to Philip C. on Flickr. So invariably all these different uses and values can create problems for this precious resource, whether that be lakes, rivers, streams, wetlands, groundwater or coastal areas. Water is becoming increasingly in demand and pressures are building over the best way to manage, conserve and protect water. And they say the next wars are going to be fought over water and some already are. This is a shot of me at Bluff with my kids with TY Smelter in the background. I guess for me why I'm so interested in water on a personal level is I do a lot of surfing and I don't like surfing in pooey water. That makes me sick. I also find it sad that my children can't swim in a lot of rivers. And I guess our family spend a lot of time, recreational time on the water. Also I have a background in journalism and I find water really topical at the moment, especially in the context of increasing intensification and development of dairy farms. This is a photo from Environment Southland of a green stream with dairy farm effluent running straight into a creek in direct breach of the farmer's consent. This happens from time to time and the worst cases get prosecuted. This is a picture of the river mouth from Oreti River at New River Estuary going out into the sea. That line of foam is a mixture of fatty scum. Source is unknown, but it's potentially related to Invercargill stormwater and wastewater treatment plant. So what do the officials say about this? Environment Southland's 2000 State of the Report says Southland Lowland rivers are not safe to swim in and microbial contamination pose a threat, health risk in rivers with developing catchments. Nutrient levels are increasing in many Southland streams and the Mataura and Makarira rivers have poor health downstream and major discharges. So that's the official word from a 2000 report and a new one is out soon. So water problems are not just isolated to one region, but the problem varies from place to place. We've heard a lot in the news lately about problems in Canterbury and in the Manawatu River from sewage, and some communities are coping better than others in responding to reduce, prevent and mitigate adverse conditions, such as forming community-controlled water management groups. This is a shot of the Murray River in Australia, which is constantly featured of an example of when things go wrong. The water table has dried up, it's had drought for many years, and they've had to reconsider the ways that that water is used out of it. So what can I do? I guess my blog aims to explore what I can do on a personal level. I don't want to hit you over the head with a shovel whenever you read my blog and feel depressed. But I do want to find out, is there much I can do personally, or are water problems in my area due to decisions made on a more structural and political level? If so, how are they made? To date, my blog hasn't done this. So far, I've been looking at issues to do with water on quite a general level. This is a shot of my blog, Water Matters. And I've been looking at stories in the news relating to water. I'm also getting the hang of blogging and seeing what works, and I've been pleased at how good it is to get feedback on my research ideas, as I started with too many, and it helps me narrow things down. So one of the things I'm going to do is be interviewing different types of people, because I'm going on a journey of discovery on where my water comes from and where it's going to. This is a shot of Lee Stevens, an ecologist, sampling at the Waikawa estuary. I'll talk to people like that, also farmers, wastewater people, people who make the regulations, and those involved in the water treatment. So I believe that talking to these people will help me to answer the question of what I can do about it. I was listening on the radio not long ago to a Fonterra guy who was saying it's up to the New Zealand public to decide how much dairying was too much. And I'm interested in answering that question because I'm not sure if that debate's being held. Here we've got a shot of Waituna wetlands, which is an example of where a lot of people have got together and have been helping sort of beautify and clean up the area. Okay, here's my strategy by the water tower, Invercargill's water tower. Keep it personal, keep it easy to understand and have fun, and so I can keep my motivation up for doing the blog. Use as many online tools as possible and seek ways to increase my audience. And that's quite difficult for me to do, putting myself in it personally, and as a journalist I'm sort of used to standing back a bit and remaining objective, but this is kind of a different approach. And just before I finish, I wanted to show you a shot of Fiordland. This is one my husband took when he was fishing. And that's about it for me. Thank you for listening, and please check out my blog now and then, and I'm grateful for your comments and feedback you can give me. Cheers.